right, we are here for another installment of Cooking with Love, and Mother's Day is coming up tomorrow, and so I thought I'd show you how to make a great breakfast in bed for Mom. What a great gift to give. If you live near your mom, I highly recommend that you take the time to do this for her. She'll feel so special and loved, and I'm telling you right now here in Round Rock and Austin area in Texas, it is rainy and gloomy and wet outside, so it's nice to bring a little sunshine into your mom. I am going to cook for you today that breakfast, but also for one lucky person out there, if you have a mom that lives in the Round Rock, Austin area, and you do as well, and you want me to come help you make her breakfast in bed, you let me know, and I will meet you at her place early in the morning. Now, it's got to be before 10 a.m. because I've got church, but if it's before that, then I will come and help you cook the meal, and you can take it in and get all the credit. I won't take any credit. I might come in and say hi to Mom, give her a little love, but I'm not going to take any of your credit away. I will make her something she will love, and all you have to do is let me know if she has any particular likes, dislikes, food sensitivities, food allergies, so that we pick a great breakfast for her. But today, we're going to start cooking here in just a moment, but I am going to show you how to cook for your mom a breakfast in bed with love. Okay, so now I have my my bacon, and I put some steak in there too. As anybody who knows me will tell you, I am a mixer. I like to mix things up and combine ingredients. When I make any recipe, if there's a way to use a little bit of one thing and a little bit of another, I'll do that. Something about that can make things taste so much better when you think about what kind of combination you want to put together. Like, for instance, the type of oils you use. If you put a little bit of avocado oil, a little bit of coconut oil, you put a little pat of butter in there towards the end. Wow, does it make the meal taste so much better than if you just use one of those. And it cooks better too. I just find it works. And the same with adding ingredients. If I'm going to put any kind of a meatball recipe together, I will take a little bit of ground turkey, a little bit of ground beef, a little bit of ground pork, and I can mix all those together with ingredients, and man, is that delicious. Oh my goodness. And again, you can substitute out if you don't want to use one of those, like beef or pork. You can substitute out ground chicken, but it's just wow. And you may want to see about having just buying the meat yourself and getting a grinder, because you'll clean your grinder really well, and you won't have to worry about them getting bacteria or anything in your ground stuff. But I like to cook with things that aren't necessarily ground up. That's not necessarily the healthiest for you if it was done in a big processing plant or in a butcher's place where they're processing a lot of meat, because there's no way to avoid some of the meat going through that might have stuff in it you don't want in your gut. So now here is the steak and the bacon cooking. That is a beautiful sound. I don't know if you can hear it. That sizzling sound is awesome, and I don't want to turn it up too high. If you turn it up too high, you will burn your bacon, and it'll cook too fast, and it won't taste very good. If you leave it too low and you don't cook it enough, it comes out really limp. Some people like it limp. You might want to find out from your mom how she likes hers. I happen to like mine not burnt to a crisp, where it's crunchy, and I don't want it to be soggy and wet and limp either. I like it somewhere in the middle where it's done and it's cooked through, but it has a little bit of that caramelized meat taste in it that makes it taste so good. Oh gosh, and that fat as it cooks gives it so much flavor. I can't wait. So anyways, I am getting ready to cut up some onions, some garlic. I'm going to throw that in there with the meat, but I got to wait until the meat is almost done, because I don't want my garlic and onions to burn, and the fat that is melting on the meat, that I'm going to use to cook that vegetable in the sweet bulb onions, the red onion, the fresh garlic. I'm going to put that, chop that up carefully. Make sure you take your time, get all the dry peel or husk off of any of those. Do not leave any of that in there. chop it up in fine pieces. Like some people like theirs big and chunky. Most people don't. Most people would prefer it be in smaller pieces. You can do thin little slivers, or if you want, you can dice it. But definitely take a little time with that. Cook with love, okay? Okay, one more ingredient, and I love this one, organic baby Bella mushrooms. They're grown right here in Texas. They're from HEB. Awesome. They taste so good. Okay, so we're going to throw some of those in there too. And you want to cut up that whole bulb onion. The green part is just as good as the white part, and I recommend highly you cut the whole thing up and put it in there. Make sure to wash all of your produce well before you use it, and I recommend that you only cut off the very, very tips of the green where it can be a little bit wilted or damaged, and then the very end of the bulb where the roots are. You don't want any of that in your food. So there's a beautiful bulb green onion, and we're going to cut that up and throw that in there too. Okay, so when you purchase an avocado like this, make sure you look for one that doesn't have mushy, soft spots on it and isn't hard like a rock. You can gently but firmly kind of squeeze it in your hand, and if it has a little give to it, that's a good sign. If it has any dark spots, sunken spots, any big dense marks, creases on it, avoid that. Also, you'll notice a lot of times that there is a stem in the end, and this one had a stem in the end, so that's a good sign if it's still in there. If it falls out, sometimes that end will go bad. But I'll show you. This actually is a really good avocado because I know how to pick an avocado. Here's what it looks like. Look at that. Oh, is that not beautiful? That is green butter right there. Now, we're not going to put that in while we're cooking. What we're going to do is we're going to save this and slice it really thin in little wedges, and we're going to put that on top, and it makes a beautiful garnish, especially when you have the bright orange Lakeway tomato. You've got the red onion. You've got the green of the sweet bulb onion. You've got the red of the meat, and that turns brown, a nice caramelized brown. And so you put all that together, and it's just a beautiful, colorful medley. And presentation is a big part of like making people feel loved. You want them, when they look at it, it needs to look as good as it tastes. Okay, so now take a look at this. It's cooking now. Look how beautiful this is. Is that not gorgeous? Oh my goodness. Look at all the colors, and there's not a lot of fat left over. The kind of meat that I use, the kind of bacon that I use, it's lean, so there's not a ton of fat in there, just enough to help cook everything without having to add any extra fat. Fat is your friend. Don't be afraid of fat. It's just we don't want our eggs swimming in fat. Now, I'm going to cook this as a scramble, and the reason I'm doing that is I had guests I was cooking for the other day, and one of the guys said, I only like my eggs scrambled. I don't like omelets. I don't like fried eggs. And so I promised the next dish that I made to myself, I was going to make just for him one that was a scramble. So we're doing that today. But whatever your mom wants, you tell me what she likes. I can show you how to make it. And if you're the lucky winner, we'll do that for her. Now check out these deals. Organic strawberries, 50% off. You know that only costs $1 something for that whole thing of organic strawberries. Organic blueberries, and this is not a little one, this is a large one. And those organic blueberries, they were on sale for $2 and some change. I'm telling you, HEB will have some great buys. If you see a tag like this, I highly recommend you get it. It's worth it. Also, I will tell you that they've got some great deals on organic fruit too. Like if you love mangoes or if you love oranges, look for the organic ones they've got there. I actually am going to use those to make some juice for Mom. But a lot of times I like to cut up the fruit. That's how I usually eat mine. I don't like to do juice because I want all that pulp. And I love biting into that sweet, juicy slice of orange or that sweet chunk of mango. I mean, so good. So you juice it, you lose a lot of that pulp and fiber that's really good for you. So it's kind of better if you cut it up. But if you're going to juice, make sure you do it with something like this.
this is actually, you just cut your fruit in half. You can place it on the little piece here. That screws onto the top of a jar, a glass jar. This is easy to wash, easy to clean. When you're done, your juice is in the jar ready to serve. And so I'll show you how I do that with the mango and the orange. We'll have some orange mango juice. So here we go. Cut up some mango and cut it off. There's this big seed in the middle. You want to cut that out. And then you just lay that peel right over that end and just scrub it back and forth. The juice will come out and go right into the juicer, and you'll have your juice left over. I've also got the organic oranges. I cut those two different ways. The reason that I cut those two different ways is to kind of show you the difference. If I cut it crossways like this, and I go onto that grinder, it's really easy. The juice just flows out of there. You can see how it's pouring right into that glass there, and I barely started. But if I cut it this way, you'll see a big, and I'm going to use the other one for garnish, this one right here. But this one, I'm going to show you the difference. It doesn't really work near as well. It's harder to keep it centered on there. It's harder to get all the juice out. You have to work harder at it. So cut it crossways and put that point right in the center. And then when you twist, the juice will just flood right out of there. Sweet nectar right there. Oh my goodness. I can't wait to taste that. Mom will love that. Now it is time to get fancy. We want to pour that juice into a beautiful glass for Mom. Look at that. Now portion size is important. So you want to pick a small glass, but something elegant, something pretty. If she has trouble with her hands or anything like that, you may want to pick a mug or a cup that fits her hand well, instead of thinking about beauty or delicateness. But this is a beautiful little cup filled with orange nectar. Oh my goodness, I can't wait to get a sip. So now we're going to plate her food. Okay, so the way to do this, make sure you have a really beautiful place setting to put the food on. You'll notice I got a little garnish there with that one. I told you I was going to use the orange, the rest of it for a garnish, and then organic strawberry, a few organic blueberries, a couple of organic blackberries. What a beautiful little garnish for a meal. We got that cup of sweet golden nectar, the orange mango juice, fresh squeezed. We got this beautiful omelet. I'm actually making a scramble out of it. I'm going to add the eggs now. It's just been sizzling on the stove while I was getting the rest ready. Now I throw the eggs in there. I'm going to fry that up. And then we're going to plate this food, and we'll add a little avocado for garnish, and I'll show you the finished result. Okay, so take a look at that. Look at all the beautiful color, the red onions, the green onions, the mushrooms, the avocado. That is one delicious meal Mom is going to love. Take your time to pick out a pretty plate, a pretty setting. Make sure she's got a napkin. Make sure she's got beautiful silverware. You just want to do everything you do with the thought that I want this person to feel special and I want them to feel loved. That's what is most important in life. So keep making each other feel special and keep loving each other no matter what. It is the cure for everything that ails anyone is love. And the whole reason that I did this episode is because I know you guys love your moms, and I want to help you make them feel very special on Mother's Day. Go on my YouTube channel. Make sure you like and subscribe. So everybody who likes and subscribes to my channel and sends me a private message with their number saying they want to make breakfast in bed for their mom, make her feel special, I will pick one lucky winner, and we will cook with love for your mom, and you could be a featured guest on the next episode just for a few minutes. See you giving your mom a lot of love on Mother's Day. Until then, remember, be your authentic self. Be blissfully dissatisfied. In other words, be perfectly happy with who you are right now, but always be striving for that next best version of yourself. I'm telling you, it is the way to live. I love you guys, and I hope you have a great Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day, moms everywhere.